Hey guys, it's Bear from the Bears Hiking and Outdoors Club, coming at you with a little review here of the T3x Overland Edition from Gazelle Tents. Well, this is a hub tent. You guys can see it's in a nice padded bag. It's pretty nice. It has ratchet strap tie-outs here, compression straps rather. Pull this open here. It has a nice padded handrail. Put this up over your shoulder when you get it out of your car. Now, I wouldn't recommend carrying this in or hiking it anywhere. It does weigh about 50 pounds, all wrapped up. The bag is nice flat. You can tie this up on top of your roof rack. It has YKK zippers that zip all the way down both sides here like so. Now, inside it here is the Rainfly. I'm gonna throw that out of the way for right now. You guys get this out of here. You put the padded side down and pop this right out like so. You lay this down. Okay. Now you guys can see the bag. Now inside the bag, you'll have another little bag here with some mesh. And this is your footprint. So we're gonna put that down first. Inside the bag itself, there's another flap here with Velcro. You pull that out. There are some nice all-terrain spikes come with this tent, and there is some guy lines in here if I can get one out here. They're reflective in blue. I'll show you how to put them on there to the tent. These don't have to be on the tent unless there's some high winds. We're gonna move this out of the way quick. Get rid of this here tent second. I'll show you the Rainfly and how everything goes together shortly. Now this is the footprint. You leave it nice and mesh in case you put this away and it's wet still. It'll dry out. The footprint rather, keep messing up, has stakes too. If you want to stake it out, it's up to you. I usually don't. You guys can see, very nice. It's nice veneer. It's rubber coated. The rubber coated side goes down obviously towards the ground. And this will protect your tent from rocks, sticks, and anything else that's on the ground, you know. And there are nice ropes here you can put a stake through. And they are reflective as well. You can pull this out like this. Now this tent, in the middle of it here, they have this Velcro compression strap, you guys can see. You take that off, you put this over here in your bag. You don't want to leave this lay anywhere, especially in the dark, it's black. You don't want to lose it. You just stand this up like so, and you lay this out. Pretty simple. You guys can see how it is. Now there's two doors on this tent, so you can put it the way you want it. Try to find which way you want your doors to be. Okay, and then you step on this corner here. Step down here on the bottom. You can stake this out later. You step on these things here, and you just pop this out. Now, if you do this really fast, like you're trying to get it into a rhythm here, and there's like a rain storm coming, then you can get this up in 30 seconds or less. You just pop all these corners out, real simple. Grab a hold of the hubs, step your foot on the step on the bottom here, and pop it out. And that quick, it's open. Now, you guys can see, this has two D doors. Okay, this has YKK zippers. You just find the bottom one here. Here's the flaps. These are nice. You roll this out of the way, like so. Now there's no toggles, but there is tie straps here. Inside a little loop there. And you can do this with the screen as well. You want to get it out of the way. You just open this up. So, step in and push up on the top, and that's it. And then this is up. Now, you guys can see it does have a lot of windows. This is the blue one. Now this is the Rainfly. Now the Rainfly is a little easier, guys, if you push this down first before you install this. You guys can see there's these little side pieces here, these little rods that stick here. The rods correspond to these pieces here on the side of these hubs here. So you just throw this up on top of here like so. I always put the Gazelle logo on the thing here. Then you take these ends pieces here and they slide into the hub rods in the end here. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. These hook pieces here, they're on the ends, go into the hub, the ring itself. And then on the part that you pull, or you can use the hub ring, you put your guy out lines. You just do this all the way around. You stick the pull from the Rainfly into the hub connector on the side. Like so. Attach all your hooks. All the hooks on the Rainfly itself go to these little rings here. These rings right here. Excuse me. And you step back inside your tent, you push up on the center, and there you go. Now, I'll show you guys in a second. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 windows, along with this roof vent. And we're going to open up this other door here so you guys can take a look, and I'll take you inside and show you how this is. But I've used this tent now for over a year now. It works great in high winds, works great in thunderstorms. I've used it in 60, 70 mile an hour wind gusts, and it does make a noise. It makes a little bit of a humming noise as the wind's blowing and hitting it, but it does not move around like a standard tent. This thing is rock solid. Now I'm 6'1" and I cannot stand inside it, but I'm in. These are $419 right now. Here, I'll pop you guys out of here a second here. I'll show you this here. This is the Rainfly. This is a nice veneer. You guys can see how nice and tight it is. So these are how the poles lock into the hubs here in the ends. There's a bit of overhang. There's no seam mesh all around every door, every window. And here's the back door here. You guys can see how it is here. And there is, like I said, I'm 6'1", my hands are about 6 inches. It's about a 6-inch step, so you gotta be careful. You gotta keep in mind when you're stepping in here at night that these D doors, kind of a tripping hazard, but it is what it is, right? So there is a door there and all these windows. And on a good night, so you don't have to worry about rain, you can take this off, and I'll show you size. Side here, this is all mesh. And there's a nice space here all the way around. Now on the top of this, there is like a gear loft here. And if you take the gear loft off with these little toggles here, there is a ring here that you can hang a lantern on if you want a lantern. Now there's the inside the hubs. They're nice and smooth, nothing for you to get stuck on. Here are the windows. YKK zippers all the way around. You see how nice and easy they are? You don't even have to really worry about snagging anything. They go up and down real easy. And you can either let these hang or just roll them in and tuck them in like so. All the way around to keep them up out of the way. No big deal. Just stuff them in there. There's great big gear pockets here on each side here. Two, I'd say they're about 24 inches long by 24 inches wide. There's one there. Sorry guys, tucking this in here on this side. There's the other door. The tie straps for the screen if you don't want to, you want the screen open. There's another one here, and another one here, and another one here. So there's four big gear pockets here. And you guys got this one. And then on two sides, there's this great big mesh one that's stitched across the top here, but left open on both sides of this. And what I do is I stick my tablet in there and I watch TV. I sit that there, and now this will fit 2 disco beds size large in here with room to spare. We usually put them off to the side, one here and one here, then just leave one door open. It's usually me and my girlfriend. So if you're in here with your buddy, you know, I would probably put one on each side because you guys, unless you're like really close. But it was pretty nice. Now I'm 6'1", my head. Now I can stand kind of in the middle with my head tilted down. But I mean, if you're a bigger guy like me, taller, this ain't your tent. But this technically could fit 2 people in here, no sweat. Now, what makes this tent very nice is you can use this for ice fishing too. Or if you get dirt in here, like I have dirt in here right now from walking in and out of the grass, you can just slide your finger in anywhere you want along here. And the whole floor is replaceable in Velcro. You just pull this down like that. You just can sweep all the dirt right out the side and put this back up. Or if you'd happen to rip the floor for some reason, you can just replace it. You can buy replacements, and that's pretty nice too. But what we do is I use a solar panel here, and I just pull this back and I put my solar panel on the outside of the tent, and I run the wires up through here to my solar generator, and it keeps all the bugs out. You guys can see, so if we can get a little closer here to the no-seam mesh, it's very fine. All them little bugs, they just don't get in. And it has this little flap here. It stops the rain if it is blowing. No rain will come through here. And there's a 6 inch bathtub floor, goes all the way around it. Really nice. Now with all these windows open and the door screens open, you're laying in here, it's pretty panoramic. There are the views. Like I said, that all there, that's all mesh. So on a good day, you can leave the Rainfly off. And you guys can check out your, well, the sky rather, you know, the stars. Check all that good stuff out. You can see how nice and easy these are. There is no, is it gonna snag? It doesn't snag. You might slip your fingers off it. These are kind of slippery. But these are nice YKK zippers. You can see over and over again. They don't snag on nothing. And this whole tent stays pretty tight. But yeah, this is the Gazelle t3x. This is the Overland edition. Now you can get the t3x regular edition, but that just comes with standard spikes. It doesn't come with the footprint. You don't get these cool colors. So the bragging rights is saying you have the Overland edition one. And you have to buy all this stuff extra. But here's the bag. The bag does have instructions sewn into them. They're very easy and clear to see. Very easy to understand in case you can't figure this all out. But I do recommend, once you have your bag, your tent out of your bag, to take this ratchet strap here, compression strap, whatever you guys want to call it, put it back in here and zip this up. But this bag is waterproof, so you guys can put this up on top of your Jeep and strap it on. Use these compression straps that hold the tent tighter on your roof rack, and you can transport this. It's 54 inches otherwise when it's all rolled up and inside the bag, by about a foot wide, round. If you guys want to look at it. And this is how this one is. Now, the stakes that come with this, with the Overland edition ones, okay, are located at the bottom of the bag here. There's this really heavy duty Velcro, kind of like Radio Shack Velcro for you guys that remember Radio Shack. And it does come with the all-terrain spikes here. You guys can see they're like pretty gnarly looking screw spikes. And it comes with quite a few of them. And they don't really bend a whole lot unless you're somewhere where it's really hard. Now, the ground here at our new location is pretty hard. It's all shale. So, yeah, the things, you might bend a few here, but it comes with guy lines. Now, the guy lines, get this all out of here. Not very organized tonight. It's kind of hot. It's been hot for the past couple days here in Pennsylvania. And basically, what you do is you take your guy line, move this hook out of the way for the Rainfly. And what I do is I just tie a loop here, put it through there like so, and feed this piece through the loop. I'm sure you've seen people do this already. I'm sure there's a name for this knot. I call it the easy person one. And then I just pull it through here like so. It's a little easier if I had my camera person here, but you guys are just getting it raw here. And this is probably like the 18th take so far, because I keep messing stuff up. I'm still messing stuff up, but you just got to bear with me. I said it's warm The camera person is not here today. They were on vacation in sunny Florida. Yeah, you pull this in there like that. You put this loop around this bike. You guys know how to guy things out, but I don't have to really tell you about that. You're obviously here to see the tent, not learn how to do this. I'm pretty sure you know how to do this already, right? So, but they do recommend windy days to use your guy lines, okay? That's guy lines, you should probably use them. They're there for a reason. In high wind, if you don't use the guy lines, excuse me, again, sometimes the hubs will pop in. You'll blow the hub back, but the tent will not collapse, okay? But you can just pop them back out. So use the guy lines, avoid all that crap. Don't attach the guy lines to the pull handle. It don't work too well. Now, this is treated for bugs. It's also treated for waterproofing. I never had any water inside this tent, not ever. It could be raining and blowing. I've never had any water come up underneath this. Now I always close these windows in rain to about here, and I leave this open. I don't have too much condensation in here, and yeah, it's pretty nice, pretty nice. I don't know what else if I missed anything, you guys I'm sure will tell me in the comments. But yeah, this is our new location. We are currently testing a couple tents here. Now we generally test these tents for 6 months to a year before we send a review out on YouTube here. And then we come back in a couple months later and review some more. But we thoroughly test them. This is the Nature Hike Aries and the Pole Molly Yarn Plus. And that one over there is the Nordic Legend Aries, or Aurora Lodge, I believe. But yeah, we generally test these 6 months to a year, and then we'll come back to you and hit these up again with a video, let you know how they're all working out. This thing here is like SPF 50. This one here, the Gazelle. Most of the Gazelles are. They stop the sun, and it's a little cooler inside the tent. Now this is just a 3-season tent. I guess you could technically use this in wintertime with a diesel heater and pop your your duck toes up underneath there. I'm sure it would work just fine. But this tent particularly doesn't have a stove jack. Now you could probably install one. I've seen some people cut holes in here and get stove jacks and put it out the side, but I wouldn't recommend it personally because denier is not really flame retardant. So, but for summer camping, these are pretty nice. Now I like the blue scheme here on this one, the darker sides here, because when you're laying on the cot, it stays pretty darker, a little darker there from when you're down there and you're sleeping. And this one is a little warm because of the material, but all in all, it's a good tent. We've had this one now for 2 years. We've been using it back and forth in between the desert and the mountains here in Pennsylvania. And here on our new location, you guys can see we don't have too much of anything. This is just a club campsite in our house. There isn't anything here really. So we just are pretty much off on our own. And you guys are more than welcome to stop out and check us out. And 4th of July weekend again, like I said, we will be having an outdoor movie here. We have some friends staying with us. They're staying in the camper here. And members are welcome to camp here for free. There'll be another review coming up Friday on the TC Mount crab tent. And it actually looks like an octopus. And it's a pretty big footprint. It'll be taking up this whole spot here. And our one member, Scott, he will be living in it after Friday. So he'll be testing this out all 4 seasons, and we'll come back to you with an early setup review on Friday. And then hit you guys back up after he has all his stuff in there and interview him and let you know how it works. And he, like I said, he's going to be living in it here at the campground here. And we are located at 54 Mill Road, Klingerstown, Pennsylvania. And we are on the internet, Weebly.com. Bears Hiking at Weebly.com. Along here on YouTube. You can find us on Google for directions. But yeah, join. You're more than welcome to come and camp out, use the pool, hang out at our club outdoor bar area, watch some movies. Yeah, but this is the Gazelle Overland Edition T3X. If you guys have any questions, comments, hit me up. I'll be sure to answer them as best as I can. And please like and subscribe if you want to. That's up to you guys. We're okay with you following us, but we're not dependent on it. All right. So see you guys later. Peace.